Hey, it's me, SpongeBob, and you're watching the 420 Somewhere podcast. Surprise! It's just me, guys. April Fools. April Fools, guys. If you thought that was good, if you thought you were so stoned, that was funny. Wait till you see what we got in store for you today, guys. Remember the old school film 1986 was the year. April Fool's Day, guys. I wanted to see it my entire life. I was too young, too vulnerable, too innocent to go see it in 86, guys. A young 10-year-old Brian was fascinated by the poster, guys. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into crazy pranks. We're going to get into the best strain for 420. We're going to get it, or for 420, well, that too. The best strain for April Fool's Day at 420, guys. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully you guys are tuning in. Me and SpongeBob are going to get ready. We'll be live in 2. We'll see ya.
Get set, because it's time to go with the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. With your host with the most, the man voted most likely to smoke out with a Yeti, Mr. Brian Brown. Mr. Brian Brown. Now sit back and relax, because it's time to go live across the world. Because it's 420 Somewhere.
Boom, we are live and getting ready for some 420 April Fool's Day action, guys. My name is Brian Brown, the dirtiest player in the game. That's right, guys. And I am your host. I'm just dirty. I'm just dirty today. I'm your host on this wonderful mystical journey we call a 420 countdown, guys. You've tuned into the hottest, the craziest, the wildest, probably the only 420 countdown show, guys. We go live every day, Monday through Friday, around 4:10 stoner time, guys. You know, good old stoner time. We all love that stoner time. And we count down to the greatest time of all time. That's right, 420. And today, guys, we are getting into a good one. It is Movie Monday, but we are going to kind of hybrid it. We are talking the old school film, April Fool's Day, guys. I remember I was about 10 years old, and I saw this poster everywhere for April Fool's Day. It was kind of crazy. Um, but I always wanted to see it etched in my memory as one of those things you just can't do as a kid. You want to so bad. That and the freak show. I told you guys about the freak show. But we're going to look into pranks as well, guys. We got all sorts of crazy pranks. We're going to have a good time. We're going to have a fun time. So thank you guys for tuning in. We got about what? About 3 whole minutes for 420, guys. I'm getting into a couple things. What I'm getting into, first of all, guys, is some Mike Tyson. These are from Big Pete, guys. Our buddy, old Big Pete. Check that out. Big Pete Cookies, guys. This is Mike Tyson. Getting pumped for the fight, guys. Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. One more time for Tyson. What do you guys see it? How do you guys see it going? Let me know. But for right now, we got the fire. Mike Tyson. This is a oatmeal. What is this? Oatmeal chocolate chip, guys. Great for s'mores. Just great all in general. You can ground it up for trail mix, infused trail mix. I'm telling you, the hits keep coming with this. Who do we got in the house today, guys? Who do we got all up in the house today? A whole bunch of people up in here. We got Rosie Key, the great and wonderful, the lovely Rosie Key. How you doing? Chantel, how you doing? Fight for freedom. What's up in the beautiful city of Kingman today, Chantel? What's a crack-a-lackin'? Who else we got? We got Lonnie. Oh man, the Luch Mascador. He's the Mascador. That's right, guys. Lonnie. Oh, who we got? We got Honey Nut Heroine in the house. How you doing, Honey Nut? How's the bookkeeping business going? How's everything on your end of the world, guys? Check out some of her channels. She twitches, not like literally, but she twitches, guys. Go check out some of her streams. They are very, very cool, very, very fun. Who else we got? We got Russ. We got Russ in the house. Nice, nice. Appreciate you tuning in, Russ. How's work going? I saw you got a couple swing shifts swinging in there. All right, guys, we got 1 minute. 1 minute for 420, guys. I'm also getting on some baggy buds. We'll talk about that, and we'll talk about what I'm drinking on here in a minute, guys. So let's get ready. Blow up those comments. What you smoking on? What you drinking on? What you doing? Man, this side hustle blue burst cart 99 hits hard got me twitching. It sounds like a rap song. Lonnie's rapping over here. Oh man! Speaking of rapping, I heard some. Whew, I was watching. Well, yeah, maybe we won't get into that. It's pretty disturbing. Anyway, guys, it is April Fools, and I don't know how to trick you on the 420, guys. I usually miss the countdown anyway, so by a minute or two. But man, I'm so happy everyone's here. We're gonna talk some pranks. What's your favorite prank? Blow it up for April Fool's Day, guys. Just prank in general. Maybe you pranked your brother. Maybe you pranked your sister. Who did you prank back in the day? But, guys, whatever you're doing, I want you to inhale that positivity, exhale that negativity. I want you to blow it up, guys. This is your time, the great time, because it is 420. And bam! How was your 420? Mine was fire, guys. Mine was fire. I was getting into some baggy buds. If you guys don't know what it is, pretty fire stuff. And also, before we get into it, guys, I forgot we're like a real show. We're like, we got production value. We got the whole 9 yards, guys. Before we get it, let's see what am I drinking on, guys? What could I possibly be drinking on? All right, let's get into it, guys. Don't bother me. I'm vacuuming my room. All right, guys, what am I drinking on? I am drinking on some Not Your Father's Alpine Splash. This is ginger ale, guys. I'm loving this stuff lately. I probably had it a few times on the show. Ah, look at that. Lovely, lovely. I love me ginger ale anyway, man. I'm a big time ginger ale fan. I think that's the name brand, so I probably shouldn't keep saying ginger ale, ginger ale. This is Alpine Splash, guys. That is inspired. No, maybe it's not even inspired. It has a similar taste to me of ginger ale. Oh yeah, oh yeah. This one's a little harder than the root beer. I think you can taste the cannabis just a slightly. I think it enhances that ginger ale though. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Not your grandfathers or your fathers or your uncles. Alpine Splash. Available at 1400 Needles Highway, Needles, California. The Healing Center. Got all the drinks in the world down there, guys. You need to get in, check it out. Springtime. You're thirsty. You're so thirsty. Go get it, guys. Go get it. All right, I'm thirsty. All right. Low calories on these drinks, too, just so you guys know. If that's your thing. All right, guys, we are going to get into top 10. Top 10 places you don't want to be pranked at. All right, guys, for April Fool's Day. Top 10 places you don't want to get pranked at. Let's blow it up. All right, guys. These are the top 10 places you don't want to be pranked at on April Fool's Day. Number 10, on live television, because accidentally yelling April Fools during the evening news isn't a career highlight. A subway crash, Lonnie. Uh, all right, number 9, at a funeral. Because mourning loved ones shouldn't be interrupted by whoopee cushions. Yeah, don't do that. So true story, guys, true story. When I was growing up, my mom had a friend that had passed away, and she had a young daughter, probably about 7 years old, maybe a little younger. I was probably like 10 or 11, and so they had an open coffin, open casket, whatever that's called. And this is no joke. I kid you not. No April Fools. No Diddy. No Diddy on this. Um, during the funeral, during the whatever, the eulogy, her body got the gas and it stood up. Boom. Right in the middle of the freaking thing. And her daughter's like, oh my God, they made a mistake. My mom's alive. Oh, it breaks my heart still to think about that. That's why I was like, that's no joke. But man, yeah, a place you don't want to play any kind of April Fool's joke is a funeral, guys. Didn't Impractical Jokers do that once? I don't think it ended well. All right, number 8, guys. In an elevator stuck, number 8th place you don't want to do an April Fool's Day joke. In an elevator stuck in between floors because the claustrophy, claustrophobia and the pranks don't mix well. Yeah, probably not the best place to be the jokey guys in a stuck elevator. What about on a roller coaster? Because experiencing a fake breakdown mid loop isn't everyone's idea of fun. Yeah, I got stuck on a roller coaster once. Anyone else? Not fun. Not fun at all, man. Especially for a fake one. Ooh. All right. Number 6, during a job performance review. Because you're fired. Just kidding. April Fools isn't a laughing matter. Oh man, Brian Goldenhour hemp has diamonds for $7 a gram, 90%, 99% THCA. Damn, I'm gonna check that out. Check that out. What else we got? What else we got? Sorry, guys, I got distracted for a minute. Yeah, you don't want to get fired for April Fools at the doctor's office because finding out your diagnosis isn't actually just a prank is a heart attack waiting to happen. Yeah, your doctor. Sorry, Lonnie. We thought it was the heart. You just have syphilis. That's all it is. What? What? Here's some antibiotics. Call us in the morning. Oh, man. Oh, Lonnie, I'm just ribbing you. I'm ribbing you, Lonnie. All right, number 4. In the middle of a wedding ceremony, because I do shouldn't be followed by April Fools. What about if you, when they say, do you object to this wedding? And you jump up and you give a whole speech about how you always loved the groom, but you're the man. Oh man, yeah. How does that? Then you're on April Fools. Oh, I don't think you're making that out alive. Best man are beating you down, buddy. All right, number 3 place you don't want to do an April Fool's Day prank during a job interview because getting pranked mid sentence might not land you the job. Achoo! What about on a first date? Because nothing says romance like a fake spider in your soup. Ooh. Number 1, in a dentist chair because nobody wants to hear April Fools. Actually, your cavity's actually a root canal. Yeah, no one wants to hear that. Jesus, that's the last place you want to do a prank. All right, guys, that was your top 10. All right, guys, we got the whole mess. I know I said I'd pay for the first day, but April Fools. Nice, Lonnie. Nice. I love that one. That is. Oh, that's so good. All right, guys, we are going to get into some good stuff here. We got a bunch, man. Our girl Aurora Hayes in the house, guys. Our girl Aurora Hayes. She's talking old school pranks. The top 5 pranks that you can still play on April Fool's Day, guys. The top 5 pranks, and then we are gonna get into our movie review of what is it? April Fool's Day. And then if we got time, we'll watch some pranks on the tube, and we'll get into a whole mess of stuff, guys. All right, let me make sure this is all queued up here. Yeah, it's this one. All right. So guys, let's give it up for the one and the only Aurora Hayes top 5 pranks you can still play here on April Fool's Day. Let's do it.
In the 1940s when the jazz was fine, had a mindset on a golden high. With Aurora Hayes we danced through the haze, imagined adventures that would forever amaze. Oh, Aurora Hayes, light up our days, spark those cannabis dreams in a magical ways. With every puff our spirits would rise to limitless heights under star skies. Oh, Aurora Hayes, light up our days.
Now imagine a young Aurora Hayes, a tube of toothpaste and a salt shaker. The result? A salty awakening for my older brother on a fine April Fool's Day morning. The scene was set in the twilight hours. I, an innocent-looking Aurora, was up to no good. With a devilish grin, I emptied half the toothpaste and filled it back up with salt. Shaking with anticipation, I awaited the dawn. Morning came, and with it, my brother, half asleep, reached for his toothpaste. The next moments were nothing short of a comedic opera. The bathroom echoed with the sound of surprise, disgust, and then laughter. My brother, the unsuspecting victim, spat out the salty concoction, his sleepy eyes wide with shock. His day had begun with an unexpected crunch, and I stood in the hallway, barely containing my laughter. And that, my friends, was the birth of my prankster career. Sponsored by thedailydank.com, where the only thing saltier than my brother's morning routine are their hilarious cannabis culture podcasts. From salty to clingy, let's dive into the next prank, where clear plastic wrap was my weapon of choice. Picture this: a sunny Californian afternoon, the sea breeze wafting through the open windows, and a clear plastic wrap stretched inconspicuously across a doorway. My friends, unsuspecting and cheerful, were in for a surprise of clingy proportions. As they walked through the door, they found themselves wrapped in a transparent embrace, much to their shock and my amusement. The laughter that followed could be heard echoing down the sun-kissed Californian streets. It was a prank that stuck quite literally in our memories, turning an ordinary day into a hilarious memory we still laugh about. Now, if you thought that was a sticky situation, wait until you hear about the deals at the Healing Center of Needles. They've got everything from edibles to tinctures to get you out of any clingy situation. From clingy to creepy, our next prank involves a fake bug and an unsuspecting victim. Now let me spin you a tale from my mischievous past. Picture this: a quiet classroom, an intense study session, and one young Aurora armed with a rubber cockroach. The teacher, engrossed in her lesson, was blissfully unaware of the harmless insect that was about to make its grand appearance. With the tact of a seasoned prankster, I slipped the bug onto her desk. As she turned, her eyes met the lifeless eyes of the rubber roach. The reaction was priceless, a symphony of shrieks echoing through the silent classroom. Remember, the key to this prank is timing and placement. Choose a victim who will give you a reaction worth remembering. And just like my teacher, thedailydank.com will leave you jumping out of your seat with their exciting cannabis culture content. From creepy to slippery, let's slide into our next prank, the switched shampoo gag. Picture this: Aurora, our mischievous prankster, was visiting her friend's house for a sleepover. The friend, a stickler for her hair care routine, was particularly proud of her expensive organic shampoo. Now, Aurora, with a twinkle in her eye, made a quick switcheroo when her friend wasn't looking. The shampoo replaced with honey. The next morning, the friend, unsuspecting and half asleep, stepped into the shower. As she squeezed out what she thought was her trusty shampoo, a sticky golden stream flowed into her hand. Imagine her surprise when her hair became a sticky sweet mess instead of the usual lathered locks. Oh, the laughter that followed. Her friend, though surprised, couldn't help but join in. Because who can stay mad when you're literally stuck in such a sticky situation? And if you thought that was sweet, check out the Healing Center of Needles. They've got the sweetest deals on all your cannabis needs on Route 66. From slippery to thrilling, our final prank will leave you feeling like you've hit the jackpot. Picture this: it's April Fool's Day and my mom's birthday. I hand her a scratch-off lottery ticket. Her eyes light up as she uncovers a whopping $1 million win. The sheer joy, the laughter, the disbelief. It was a roller coaster ride of pure hilarity and shock. Of course, the reveal was bittersweet. The laughter died down, replaced by playful punches and a promise of revenge. But that's the beauty of pranks, right? They bring out our most genuine reactions and leave us with unforgettable memories. And just like my mom, you'll feel like you've hit the jackpot with the wide range of content on the dailydank.com. This April Fools. Remember, keep your friends close, your pranks closer, and your cannabis culture content from the dailydank.com and the healing center of needles closest. Until next time, stay pranky, my dank friends.
There I am. Hey, here I am. All right. Hey, Mr. Crispers, how you doing? How you doing? All right, guys. So those were the top 5 pranks you can still play on your coworkers. I didn't say that, HR department. And your friends and family, guys. I didn't say that, Uncle Arnie. No, no, no. All right, guys. Let's get in to some nostalgia, shall we? Mr. Crispers, do you remember the film 1986's finest? What is it? April Fool's Day. Do you remember April Fool's Day? That is right. I love this movie mainly for nostalgia. When I was 10 years old, man, you're just old enough to realize your limits at that age. I was told to come visit since you're giving away Alicia Silverstone. I got you, Mr. Crispers. I got you. Um, don't worry. I'm getting caught up, Mr. Crispers. All right. So, April Fool's Day, guys. I remember slightly, yes, I haven't thought about it in many years. I was at the age where this was like the off limits movie. This was when you weren't going to, if you were under like 16, you probably weren't going to see this movie. And, it wasn't like it would pop up on TV later on. This was, this was the 80s. And I remember just being lured in by that poster. Man, that poster really has it all. If you really, let's look at it again. If you really think about it, as far as getting you to want to know what the movie's about, you got a group of people ready to party. This is the 80s too. Make sure you put air holes in it this time. We don't need any more accidents. I know. Poor, poor Brittany Murphy. Oh, too soon? Too soon. Sorry, guys. That's the perfect movie poster. Her hair in a noose. I remember that's what got my attention. And she had a knife, and it just seems so adult. I know that sounds weird, but it just seems so adult to a young 10-year-old, 11-year-old, whatever I was at that time. And it haunted me forever, if you will. And I always wanted to see it. So I mean, really, when the internet was invented, because it was one of those ones. I don't think I remembered it enough to see it. Maybe did I see it on VHS? I think I did later on before I was 17. Might have been like 15, 16. Made it down to made it to that point. I think so. I think that's where I ended up seeing it. All right, guys. So we're gonna do a full-on review. We're gonna get into the nuts and bolts. I love this movie, man. I think this movie screams 80s, screams culture. Um, it this movie is everything that it was the 80s, that embodied the 80s, guys. So let me kill this poster real quick. We're gonna get into the trailer right now, guys. Hopefully the computer's up to snuff here. Um, as far as not glitching out on me, I cleared out a bunch of memory. I did a bunch of stuff, trying to get more together. Now that my life's getting back together. Well, that never happened. All right, so here we go, guys. Let's get into this April Fool's Day trailer.
Paramount Pictures cordially invites you for a weekend getaway at the party to end all parties.
This is the craziest party that could ever be. Don't turn on the lights, cause I don't want to see.
April Fool.
Welcome to my home and lifestyles of the rich and undeserving. Wrong.
Cheers.
Join 8 privileged guests who are just dying to have fun.
Wow, what is this, the bridal suite? You like it?
The ladies,
I find a use for it.
the gentlemen,
We did on the first date.
the young,
Well, basically, I possess an essential lack of seriousness.
and the restless.
You are such a jerk.
Everyone is having such a good time. It's scary.
Something wrong?
He looked dead. Radio is blasting. Someone's knocking at the door. I'm looking at my girl. She passed out on the floor. Nikki! I see someone in the hall. I've never seen before. Don't know what it is. I don't want to see it.
April Fool's Day. Get ready to party till you drop.
All right, so that is, if you guys remember that was April Fool's Day, guys, which is kind of hilarious. God, that's old school there. Hang on one second, guys. I'm taking care of some business as well here. Let me do something. Making logos for some secret duper project, guys, and I can't really talk about it, but I'm sending my proofs over right now. Hopefully they use them. And here we go. Sorry, guys. Sorry. All the personal business on company time. Oh, man, don't tell HR on me, guys. Don't tell HR on me, please. All right. All right. All right. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Aurora Hayes, where are you when I need you? All right. Lonnie, I'm old. I take what I can get. I know I thought I was getting Alicia from Clueless. I didn't know I was getting 27 years. And later, Grandma. Betty White was still an option. I love it. I love it, guys. All right. Let's get into... let's see here. Let's get into, we got Aurora Hayes going to break down the nuts and the bolts of this film for us, guys. We got a little breakdown, and then we're going to do a full-on review and all the things, guys. So, all right, let's get into this right now. Take it away, Aurora Hayes.
Hello, movie buffs. It's your girl, Aurora Hayes, here to take you on a trip down memory lane. But first, let me tell you a story. Picture this. A sunny April Fool's Day in the late 80s. My mischievous younger self decided to give my big brother the fright of his life. Armed with a rubber spider, fishing wire, and a whole lot of mischief, I rigged our shared bedroom. My heart pounded as I heard his footsteps draw near, anticipating his shriek of horror. But instead of the scream I expected, there was an eruption of laughter. Turns out my brother had seen my little setup and decided to turn the tables, replacing my rubber spider with a harmless fluff ball. The prankster became the pranked. That day, I learned the thrill of the prank, the suspense, the humor, and the horror. And just like that, my love for pranks and horror was born, which brings us to our movie today. Now, buckle up as we time travel back to the 80s and dive into the cult classic, April Fool's Day. A movie that's as playful as it is eerie. It's no wonder this film has held on to its fan base for almost 40 years. So, what's the deal with April Fool's Day? Well, it begins as a group of college friends gather on an isolated island for a weekend getaway. They're here to celebrate April Fool's Day, but the party soon takes a sinister turn. As the weekend progresses, the friends start to disappear one by one. The movie then unravels itself in a blend of suspense, horror, and dark humor that was quite unprecedented for its time. The characters are a delightful mix of 80s stereotypes, each with their own quirks and secrets. The standout, of course, is the hostess Muffy St. John, played by the talented Deborah Foreman. Muffy is a complex character, balancing charm and mystery, and she's the driving force behind the movie's sinister plot twists. Now let's talk about those unique elements that make April Fool's Day a standout. The movie's blend of horror and humor was a fresh take in the 80s, setting it apart from the more serious and gory horror films of the time. It's a film that doesn't take itself too seriously, and that's part of its charm. And who could forget the iconic ending? Without giving too much away, let's just say it's a twist that left audiences both shocked and amused, contributing to the movie's cult status. April Fool's Day isn't just a movie, it's a snapshot of the 80s culture. It's packed with nostalgia, from the fashion and music to the slang and social dynamics. Watching it is like stepping into a time machine, and that's part of what makes it so special. With its twists, turns, and dark humor, April Fool's Day definitely left its mark on the horror genre. It's a movie that dares to be different, and for that, it's earned its place in our retro throwback review. But let's dig deeper and uncover the layers beneath the surface of this 80s gem. On the surface, April Fool's Day is a classic 80s horror flick. But as we delve deeper, we see it as a reflection of the era it was born in. The movie cleverly plays with the concept of pranks, using it as a metaphor to explore the wider themes of deception and trust within a society seemingly obsessed with appearances. In the 80s, America was experiencing an economic boom, with a culture defined by consumerism, excess, and a pursuit of the American dream. April Fool's Day mirrors this societal backdrop, showcasing a group of college friends who are lured to an isolated island mansion, lured by the promise of a fun weekend. The opulent setting reflects the era's fascination with wealth and status, while the characters, each with their distinct personalities, embody the diverse facets of 80s youth culture. But beneath the glitz and glamour, the movie exposes the deceptive nature of appearances. The characters, just like the society they represent, are not what they seem. The movie's twist ending, where the supposedly gruesome murders turn out to be an elaborate prank, plays with the audience's expectations, just as the characters in the movie play with each other's trust. This clever plot twist serves as a commentary on the era's culture of deception and superficiality. The film also explores the theme of fear, not just in the context of a horror movie, but also in terms of societal fears. The 80s were marked by a fear of the unknown, with the Cold War looming large and technological advances changing the face of society. April Fool's Day uses the concept of pranks to represent this fear, creating a sense of unpredictability and suspense that keeps the audience on edge. By intertwining the theme of pranks with societal commentary, April Fool's Day becomes more than just a horror movie. It becomes a reflection of its time, a critique of 80s culture, and a testament to the enduring power of cinema to entertain, provoke thought, and mirror society. And that's the genius of April Fool's Day. It keeps you guessing till the end, just like a well-planned prank. So, after all that, what's the final verdict on April Fool's Day?
What do you think, Aurora?
Well, let's dive into that. This flick, in all its campy glory, holds a special place in the heart of retro horror enthusiasts. It's a blend of humor and horror that's as rare as it is delightful. And let's not forget the twist ending, which leaves you laughing and gasping in equal measure. Even today, April Fool's Day holds a unique appeal. It's not just a movie, it's a time capsule that transports you back to the 80s. It's a testament to the enduring appeal of a good prank and the thrill of a well-executed jump scare. The film has earned its cult status with its unique blend of horror and humor, appealing to a wide range of viewers. Whether you're a horror hound, a comedy lover, or a nostalgia junkie, there's something in April Fool's Day for everyone. And there you have it, folks. April Fool's Day, a movie that's as unpredictable as the day it's named after. Well, that's all the time we have for today, movie buffs. Let's take a final stroll down memory lane, shall we? We've delved into the depths of the 1986 classic, April Fool's Day, and unearthed some real gems. From its unique blend of humor and horror, to its unexpected plot twists, this film has proven to be a true testament to the innovative spirit of the 80s. We've laughed, we've gasped, and we've even questioned our own ability to trust our friends on April Fool's Day. That's the magic of film, isn't it? It's more than just a story. It's a journey that invites us to examine our own experiences and perspectives. So why not take the plunge and experience April Fool's Day for yourself? You might just find that it's the perfect blend of nostalgia and thrill you've been craving. This is Aurora Hayes, signing off. Stay tuned for more retro throwbacks, and remember, every day's a movie day.
All right. Thank you, Aurora Hayes. Oh, man. So what do you guys think of April Fool's Day? Big throwback. Like I said, for me, it's total nostalgia, guys. It was one of the first black comedies that really mixed horror with the comedy genre. It really set a standard for new kind of horror movies coming out. I don't think you see your Nightmare on Elm Streets being as sarcastic. You know what I mean? I don't see you jump into that genre without April Fool's Day. The marketing behind it was great. I mean, I had a 10-year-old Brian dying to see what this freaking movie was. It's party, there's boobies, there's knives, there's killing, there's action. What more do you need as a young adolescent kid in the 80s, guys? Not much. Not much. It really it did what it was supposed to do, man. So big shout out to them, the marketing crew back then, guys. And they really created a new genre of horror films. If I got to give it anything, guys, a rating, this one isn't really one you want to rate, but I'm going to give it a blunt. Yeah, blunt, just for nostalgia, just because it is what it is. It isn't a freaking Oscar-worthy Sophie's Choice by any means, anything like that. But it's going to make you remember what a kid in the 80s was like, man. You're going to remember those times, those great times, those fun times. So, let me know what you think, guys. I'm going to blow up those comments. I am going to get on out of here, guys, because before I get pranked, it is April Fool's after all. I appreciate it. Blow up those comments for me, guys. I'm going to get on out of here. I will see you guys at 7:10 a.m. We are talking tomorrow morning. Columbia House. I know you owe Columbia House, Mr. Crispers. How many free CDs did you get, or cassettes? How old school were you guys? And you're doing cassettes. I definitely did cassettes. Wilson Phillips was one of them. We're gonna get into all the stuff, guys. What the kind of scheme was for Columbia House? There was a scheme behind it. Artists didn't get paid. There's a whole monopoly, if you will, behind it, guys. So we'll get into that. We'll get into how you paying the penny kept Brett Michaels from buying that new home. That's right. We're going to get into all the good stuff, guys. It is April 2nd. We are moving forward with April. We got a whole mess of stuff planned. We are going to do, hey, Chris O'Kane, we are going to do a movie watch-along night next week, guys. Nosferatu. We're going to do it here live on YouTube, live on Facebook, on all the things, guys. And we're going to do a watch-along. I will have more on that tomorrow morning. So next Wednesday, guys, it's next Wednesday should work. Next Wednesday, not this Wednesday, next Wednesday, we're gonna have a watch along in the evening, probably about dinner time, 7ish, so we can settle in and watch old school Nosferatu. I'm looking forward to it, guys. A little camaraderie. Then we're gonna do bingo. Don't forget bingo. Now the nights are getting cooler. We're gonna do meetups for drive-in movies. Chantel, that's right. If she's still here. I got it in my brain. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Appreciate you. I will see you on the flip side in the morning, 7:10 a.m. Rosie says don't miss out. All right, we'll see you guys.
Thank you for joining us on the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. Broadcasting worldwide and brought to you by thedailydank.com. Check out our merchandise and amazing content. And follow us on all our social media. Now, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
We'll see you guys. Ah.